All right, this week we're working on our descriptive essays. All right, so get excited. We're going to talk in this video about how to dissect the prompt for the descriptive essay, complete our pre-writing, and outline. Remember, we're going to use the tentative outline that we did for the narrative essay, and I will attach that to our Blackboard course. So here we go. Here is our descriptive essay prompt. In 6 to 800 words, choose a character from a book, movie, or video game who you think is interesting. Write a descriptive essay conveying what makes this character so special. This is an objective essay, right? And which means you'll avoid all use of I, me, my, we, us, our, you, and yours. Okay, so we want this to be a third-person essay. All right, you're going to pick a character from a book or a movie or a video game that you love, right? Character you love, and you're going to talk about what makes them so special. But you're not going to say, I love this character because, or this character makes me think blah, 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 right? You're going to keep it third person. All right, so here's my pre-writing. Remember, I like to use a list for pre-writing, so that's what I've done here. You can also make a concept map or thought bubbles or thought map or whatever you want to do here. Outline it, just get going, whatever. But the idea of pre-writing is to get all our thoughts on a paper. We can make them come together in an organized way for our outline. So when I picked one of my favorite heroines of all time is Anne of Green Gables. If you've never read Anne of Green Gables or watched the movie, please do. Also, side note, the Netflix miniseries is not as good as the original movie. Just go watch the original if you've never watched Anne of Green Gables. It's so good. Anyway, so when I think of Anne of Green Gables, I think about how she's an orphan, how she has red hair, how she has big feelings, like on the first day of school when she breaks her slate over Gilbert's head because he calls her carrots, or how when she's sad, I'm in the depths of despair, and it's just, she's got all these big feelings. She's a reader, she's rash, she makes all of these like last minute quick decisions, and most of the time they turn out terribly, like when she dyes her hair black, but it doesn't turn black, it's green. She's really smart, like she ties for the best scores in the schools. She's resourceful, she saves Minnie May's life in the book because she's resourceful. She's fancy, she has all these dreams of fancy dresses and puffed sleeves and just having her hair fixed a certain way. She just loves being fancy. She makes mistakes in the book, like when she accidentally gets her best friend drunk, when she dyes her hair green, when she breaks the slate over Gilbert's head. So this is really me thinking more about like, okay, I'm pulling things together, and I noticed that, man, I really like that Anne makes these mistakes and talks about them. And she says in the story, well, the good thing about me, Marilla, is I never make the same mistake twice. I love that about her, that she makes mistakes and she talks about it. I love that she's honest. She talks about her her latest foster home and how it was really hard, and she took care of all of these twins, and how her foster mom blamed her for her foster dad's death, and it just was a really hard place. But she's honest about what happened in her past. She has a conversation with one of Marilla's friends, who's her new kind of potential adoptive mom. So she tells her adoptive mom's friend that she's mean and fat, and then when she goes back to apologize, she's like, well, you are also mean and fat, but I shouldn't have said it, right? Just super honest. When she meets this girl, Diana, at the town, she tells her, I think we're going to be best friends forever. And that's really honest and kind of refreshing. So I love that about her. I love that she's a dreamer. She wants to be the best in her school and at her job. She also is constantly dreaming, not constantly, but often dreaming about the man of her dreams, like what that's going to be like, that he's going to be rich and handsome, he's going to sweep her off her feet, and they're going to travel the world together. It's going to be beautiful, right? But in the end, she realizes that's not actually her dream, right? Her dream is this man that she's been in school with forever, and anyway, friend. So they get married. Anyway, So now as I put that together in my outline, and remember you have a blank version of this and you'll create your outline before you start working on your essay. In the introduction spot, I only want you to have your thesis. Okay, so my thesis is going to have my point, right? The whole point of this essay for me is that Anne is an awesome heroine, right? What makes her so awesome? Well, she's honest, she makes mistakes, and she dreams big dreams. I love that about her. Okay, so that's my thesis statement. So when I flesh that out a little bit, it says, Anne instantly, oh, that's wrong. Okay, here we go. However, Anne worms her way into the hearts of almost everyone in the nearby town of Avonlea, and all of Anne of Green Gables readers because she is honest, learns from her mistakes, and fights for big dreams. Okay, so we see that and we're like, okay, yeah. Love those. So I have 3 points there. My point 1, Anne is honest. I've got my topic sentence there, my first sentence of my second paragraph. Remember, my topic sentence should cover everything that's going to be in that paragraph, right? So I have here, Anne speaks honestly about her past, Rachel Lynde, and also openly shares her aspirations. Okay, so then I have some subpoints there with some text about what those are going to be like. My transition sentence is in here. Remember, my transition sentence has 1 foot in one point and 1 foot in the other. So Anne always speaks her mind about situations and people in her life, right? That's what I just talked about. And next, I'm going to talk about her own mistakes and shortcomings. But she also is honest about her own mistakes and shortcomings, right? So I'm leading into my third paragraph, my second point, which is Anne learns from her mistakes. My topic sentence here, the sentence that covers everything I'm going to talk about in that paragraph, especially in the beginning of the book. Anne is frequently making rash decisions or letting her temper control her, which leads to mistakes. All right, and then I talk about those mistakes that she makes in the book. And then my transition sentence at the end of my second point, Anne makes many mistakes throughout the story, which is endearing because she learns from her mistakes. And she also dreams big dreams, right? Because my last point is that she's a dreamer and she fights for these dreams, okay? My topic sentence here, Anne dreams about being the best and accomplishes that dream in her school and her job, but other dreams don't come true in the way that she planned. So I talk about how she has the best scores, how she takes this really tough teaching job and she wins the whole town over and all the girls, and it's so cool. And then also her romantic dreams. Okay, remember I don't have a transition sentence there, and then all I have to write is conclusion. That's all I want you to have on your outline for the conclusion paragraph. All right, so there is my pre-writing and my outline for our descriptive essay. I can't wait for you to get started. I can't wait to hear about who you're going to write about. And I will, in the next video, talk about the intro, paragraph, and conclusion. Good luck.